Cudmore. Light 104.7 and 1570 AM. WVTL.
We welcome James Glorioso Jr. to the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, everyone out there.
Jim Glorioso. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on the program today.
It's our pleasure. James Glorioso Jr. is running for sheriff of Montgomery County. We're going to talk with him about his background, what he sees as the issues in the campaign. First, a kind of a status report on what's happening. Your announcement came out, and then the deadline passed for the Democratic Party to file its, for candidates to file their petitions, and you did not do that. I believe you're running as an independent. Could you explain how the process is working, and in fact, you are continuing your run for sheriff?
Absolutely. I'm actually really excited with the process. Running as an independent gave me a lot more freedom. I did come in a little late, so I did step back and look at really which was the best way to do this. The great thing about running as an independent is I have the backing of the Democratic Party, and I also found that I have a lot of Republican backing too. So I don't think this election really is going to come down to a party election. I think it's going to come down to really what people want, and across all parties.
Mm-hmm. But what are you doing? You were filing as a candidate of which party, or as an independent? You have a party name?
Yes, my party name is Unity with the Community, which is pretty much my platform. I'm heavily involved in the community. I'm really looking forward to actually making the community and the sheriff's office almost like a team working together, information back and forth. And I don't think there's any better platform than to run with a slogan like Unity with the Community.
And that deadline has still not come for you to file your signatures to create that party and to run on that party line?
I believe that deadline's August 12th, and we are having no problem with that.
Okay. And then you will continue to campaign looking for support from all comers, of course, and I suppose that's generally true of candidates.
Absolutely. I'm campaigning now, especially with information and technology, as I am going to up until this election and even after the election. I don't plan on stopping at all.
Now, as I'm sure you're aware, you're running against a well-known and long-time incumbent Republican Sheriff Mike Amato. If I could, I'd like to find out a little bit about you. You live in Montgomery County?
I do. I have a house over in Amsterdam. I've been in Montgomery County for about 4 years, and I originally was from Dutchess County, a little bit south where I spent my whole life before that. I hop in and out of the area with my job, doing projects in different parts of the country, but New York's my home, and Montgomery County is where my house is, and I'm really excited to serve that county.
And I don't want to be too picky or anything, but there are two Amsterdams really: the town of, city of. Which do you live in? The town or the city?
I'm in the city. I'm in the city. I was fortunate enough to pick up one of the houses from the 1800s, and I've been working on rehabbing that to the original house, and it's fun, and it's got its good things and it's got its bad things, but you're going to have both. I enjoy doing it.
And I hope this doesn't sound too personal, but I did find it on your website. I gathered that one of the reasons you moved back up here is that your son is being raised in Clifton Park, and so this would be closer to him?
Yes. That was a long-term goal of mine, was to get back closer to my son. Him and his mother live in Clifton Park. It's a wonderful area. He's going to be turning 8 in about a week, so I'm excited for that. And, I'm not too far from him. Montgomery County is very affordable to live in, and it's really was the best option for when I moved up here. I searched a lot of areas. I researched, crime and where I was going to live, and the quality of living, and I really found throughout the areas that I was able to afford that, the city of Amsterdam is a beautiful place, and Montgomery County is also a beautiful place, and I
James Glorioso Jr. He's a candidate and will be on the Unity in Community party line. I hope I have that correct. But do I have it correct or have I got that wrong? What's it called again?
Unity with the community.
Unity with the Community party line, running for Sheriff of Montgomery County in the November election. How old are you?
I am 37.
I'm sorry, 37?
I am, sir, yes.
Okay. And tell me about your career. And I do want to get to the issues of the campaign. If it's so all right with you, I'd like to keep you on until 8:30. But as I understand it, you've worked in law, directly in law enforcement, including a stint with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, but you've also been, or I guess primarily employed in working for corporate America in security.
I do have a very diverse career, which is really good for the county. It is both in law enforcement and in business management. I did 20 years in business management. I started working very, very early, and I worked full-time, sometimes with 2 or 3 jobs at the same time, up until present day. I just work hard, and I believe in hard work. And, over the time, I've just had the opportunity to work with great organizations and continue to develop. I received several promotions. I continue to climb the ladder, and to where I am now, where I am a regional loss prevention manager for a large company, and I am currently taking on projects for them where I would go into underutilized markets or markets that really aren't performing well, and I rehabilitate them. I bring them back to standards through training and development and working on the operational efficiencies and then making them successful. And that's where a majority of my last 7 years was working with several, thousand stores and, sometimes up to 10,000 employees. But along the way, I also had the opportunity to work with, I would say, well over 100, if not close to 200 different police departments throughout the country. And the good thing about that is that whether the police department was small, medium, or large, I was really able to see what worked and what didn't work. And not only that, by working with these police departments on different projects and doing different things and seeing how they worked, I just gathered a lot of ideas. And ideas sometimes work and ideas sometimes don't work. But if you don't try it, you're not going to know. As far as my law enforcement career, I did 10 years as a part-time officer, deputy. I did 7 years with Dutchess County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Anderson runs a phenomenal organization down there. I was very lucky to be hired and work there for 7 years. He instilled a lot of good things in me, working with the community that I want to bring to Montgomery County. I did do 3 years, a little over 3 years with Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. And I actually did about a year and a half at the Fort Plain Police Department. Mm-hmm. And throughout all 3 of those jobs, again, you kind of learn what works and what doesn't work. And, you can just say, hey, I was a part-time deputy, but the business side of me always was aware of what was going on and how we can improve, morale and safety and things like that. I may not have been in a position then to make an impact, but I'm really looking for that time now to make an impact for the departments.
Mm-hmm. James Glorioso with us. He's a candidate for Sheriff of Montgomery County. I presume you worked from what you're saying, part-time as a deputy while you were doing your other job. Oh, if I could just delay for a sec. The company you work for, I don't think there's any problem saying it. I don't want to dwell on it. Is Dollar General, or is that the one you've been working for?
Yes, I cover. I covered New York State, the state of Pennsylvania, Vermont, and New Hampshire for the first 3 years, and then Dollar General started sending me on some projects throughout the country. So I did a 6-week stint out in Midland, Odessa, Texas, and I am currently on a 10-month project with Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm currently working with Tulsa, Oklahoma Police Department on different ways of reducing crime for Dollar General out here. So, I bounce around a lot with Dollar General. Another good organization I worked for was Starbucks, a very large organization, but Starbucks is heavily into community involvement. And so I was able to learn a lot of different things with them. That's why the community involvement piece is really huge for me, because we were so engaged with Starbucks as to helping the community with different types of events, like runs for raising awareness, or doing fundraisers to raise money for different organizations. Earth Day. I did all that, and I really enjoyed doing that. And that's one of the things that I want to institute in Montgomery County, is not just me, but showing the people that work for the sheriff's office that it's really important to back the different types of organizations that are in your county. And we're going to be out there. We're going to be helping. We're going to get involved.
We're talking with James Glorioso Jr. He's a candidate for Sheriff of Montgomery County. He'll be with us till 8:30. If you had questions or comments, our number's 684-0123.